Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good girl. When last we left off, we were here in Nen Hilith at the Elven encampment. We had just been down the hill into this peaceful little valley that has been overrun by flies and wolves, the valley that the elves get their wood out of to send over to the Grey Havens far away and to build their boats, since I don't think they actually do them there in Celondim. We'd had a few quests that we had to turn in. Talking here to Avorthal, they had sent us, he's got us to go down, wants us to return some of the wood to a friend of his. And then Avorthal here has got the other part of the quest. We had asked him if he had seen Avorthal, the missing son, missing elf, and we had not been able to find him. The only thing we had been able to find down below was his pack laying on the ground next to the pond with a dead goblin next to it. So we've got to go down here now and tell his father the dire news that his son has gone missing and that it appears to be some goblins are in charge of it. You know, I swear these flies here used to be aggro. I think I've said that before. Okay, so we've got to do that. Another thing we've got to do down here. Here we go, confirmation bias again. You know, it was. I swear it was nighttime. You know, I was going to mention here we are logging in nighttime again, but I didn't mention last time about how it was daytime when we logged in because it just didn't occur to me. Oh, that's the other thing. You see the copper sitting there. I'm going to have to also decide on a profession this time around. We need to decide and get started on the crafting profession, because if we're going to be running around, we want to be able to be collecting stuff as we go around. Don't want to be in the situation that we were in with Gnarlo. Who is this? Is this the notary? Clerk of kinships. Okay, that's how you form your kinships. I don't want to be in the situation with Gnarlo, where we're running around and have to spend a whole bunch of time right at the end collecting materials that we should have been collecting all along. All right, let's talk to the supplier here, and we are going to see about selling off some of the stuff that we have on us here in our bag. And whoa, apparently we see, this is the bad part about having the bags that you do now instead of putting it into your inventory, is that you don't see all this stuff that starts quests until you get here to the supplier. So we'll see you in a moment. All right, we've returned to our apple peeling friend here. As you see, we have cleared a good deal of stuff out from our loot bag over there, and we have sold it back to our friend. As you see, we have got our first, 56 silver pieces now. So we are really cruising right on along. The iron collar here starts a quest. It says a crudely hewn iron collar found in a wolf in Nen Hilith. And right-clicking on it will cause a quest. You see, is when we had our little loot bag over here, they fill up. Before, whenever you would have to have all this stuff fill up your bags, you would see them at the time when you had to loot bodies. But now that you don't, now that they just stack up in the bag, not so much, and you can get repeated instances of them here. Let's see what it says. Collared. Looking closely at this crude collar, you can see that this is not the handiwork of elves or dwarves. Perhaps Avorthal will be able to discern some measure of insight from this collar. You should deliver it to him at the elf camp on the northern edge of Nen Hilith. So we need to bring the iron collar all the way back up the hill there to Avorthal. That's what I was afraid of, is that it would give us a quest to head back up. But in the meantime, we are going to go down the hill, pass through the trade area here, go back down the hill and see whether or not we can talk to Cordovor, Avorthal's father, and tell him we have unfortunately not got good news about his son. Ordinarily, we'd say we'd meet you at the bottom, but it's really only a short run here. In fact, we are going to cut across the field here and go through this little area with the trainers, and he should be just on the other side. Yep, there he is. Let's go up and talk to him and let him know about his son.
A shadow is on my spirit.
This is Avorthal's satchel. I am certain of it. Do you see this pattern on the side? Avorthal stitched that himself long ago. You bring me fell tidings, Gnarlo. You are sure there were no other signs of Avorthal, some sign that my son might have been hiding nearby, safe from wolves or other dangers, but too far away to reclaim his satchel? Nay, that is a weak hope, and I must not trust to it. Some foe has brought down my son, my Avorthal. That is my only answer.
Will you lend me your ear?
Prologue, the wrath of the Elves. The goblins have slain my son, Gnarlo, and for that we will sweep them from the arid Luine. No goblin will take as much as 3 steps into these lands before we are there to greet him with sword blade or arrowhead. Go forth and slay goblins wherever you find them, and cry aloud the name of Avorthal. I would have the foul creatures know whose doom has come upon them. While you were gone, word came to me that Limael's vineyard has been defiled by goblins, led by a vile creature named Pamprosh. Seek out Pamprosh and his minions, and slay them in the name of Avorthal. Limael's vineyard lies northwest of Celondim. So we have to defeat Pamprosh, and then defeat Blue Crag Defilers and Blue Crag Sentinels. Now, they should be right up here in this area, I think. I think that's the vineyards. It seems like they liked, just like down here in Ninhillet, they like sticking things into little valleys off here in the corners. Okay, now something else that you're going to notice is right down here. You'll notice that I have currently slotted the, I don't have the Stone of the Tortoise. I have the run speed thing. That's because I've decided, we're just wanting to stop right about there. We want to make sure that we don't go past and go into level 8. The reason why we're wanting to do that is because as we do these quests, I don't want to do these quests and then say, okay, now it's time to level up and have half a level that we have to fill in with like killing beast and that sort of thing. Well, I want to be right out here, right at the edge, so that whenever we're ready to go up to the next level, we can say, okay, we just have to kill a couple of things and fill in a couple of quests like this one, and that will take us on over the top. And then, of course, we can start filling in the next level and turn it off right before we go up. So there you go. We have the Prologue Wrath of the Elves now. So before we, let's see, do we need to go up this way? Before we do that, let's run, I'm thinking up the hill. And let's see if the lady over here that we went in at, the one where we spawned right here, Elenan, does she have any more quests? No, she doesn't. Alright, I'm trying to pick up all the quests. Like I said, I want to exhaust all the quests in an area before we move on up to the next one. And I'm thinking up on top of this little hill here is where the vintner is, right up there to the top right. I'm wanting to say that's where we'll find the person we have to turn this cask into. And if not, we'll come down and go on further up toward the crafting area. So let's take a look around. There's a bowyer. No, it looks more like a merchant area. Bowyer, there's the outfitter with his mannequins, some armor merchants and all. So no, this isn't what we're looking for. But we do have a quest right down here. So let's grab the one off Thinglair here and see what they have for us. What can we do for you?
May Gavanen, might you spare a moment of your time?
Hallowed ground. This is a beautiful land, is it not? I wandered it often in my youth, but places that were once fair have long since fallen into decay. Some of the older ruins have even become habitations for foul creatures that gnaw at the edges of our lands. My brothers and I have set to ourselves the task of cleansing a few of these places before we leave. To this end, I have in my possession a token given to me by Elrond Half-Elven long ago. It is imbued with a light that creatures of evil find painful to bear. The ruins of Themgalair west of Celondim have become infested with foul creatures. If you could slay any you find within and then place this token there, its light should keep them from slinking back into the night. So we've got to go up to Themgalair and defeat 6 foul creatures that we find in the ruins there. And once again, it's like he set himself and his brothers to the task, but it seems like his definition of going to the task is to give it to us. So there we go, hallowed ground. Now, let's keep looking around for that next quest. I'm thinking probably, if I'm remembering right, I think it's supposed to be right up there in the crafting area. So that is where we will head next. Looks like we've got to take it to Briganur, if that is correct. All right, yeah, I'm thinking that they're going to be right up there. So we will cut across here and head back on up the hill toward the crafting. Let's see if there's any other. Yep, we got another quest right back over here, Avorthal. And I think this is going to be appropriate because I think they're giving us one
spare a moment of your
about crafting. Yes, they do. So crafting a terrace in Celondim. Welcome to Falathlorn, Gnarlo. You can see the harbor city of Celondim up the hill to the northeast, and the refuge of Dualand is further to the north. But I can see that you have a desire to fashion goods, to practice your ability to create things of substance and use. It is my recommendation that you visit my friend Gwaloth at the terrace overlooking Celondim, where many useful and comely goods are fashioned. Go up the hill to the northeast into the city, and follow the path to the left as it winds up the hillside. Atop the stairs, follow the path southward to the terrace. Gwaloth will be pleased to help you learn how to begin your journey as a craftsman. So we've got to go on up the hill now, find this craftsperson, which I said is very appropriate because we were just talking about that and how we needed to start figuring out who we're going to get crafts from, or rather what we're going to be looking for as we're wandering around in the terrain. Are we going to be looking for wood? Are we going to be looking for these leathers? Are we going to be looking for various items? All right, right here's the guy we need to talk to about the cask. So let's go ahead and see what he has to say.
Sweet-eyed Melon.
Mr. Brigadier, Cooper and Cask. More wood? Excellent. I have been kept busy enough to think I may soon need assistance. You have my thanks for this delivery, Gnarlo. This wood will serve nicely as a cask for fine elven wine. Very good. And he's got another one ready for us. As you see, we're moving on along. We'll leave it open because I don't think we'll hit these will take us right over the edge.
Greetings, friend.
So let's see what his other one is.
Your ear?
Need of a cask. Lore Master, if you would take a moment, I have a request of you. A dear friend of me, Brethelwyn, spends her days tending the grapes at Lemail's vineyard to the north and west. She sent word to me not long ago that she required a cask for a special wine she wanted to present upon the white ships. I have crafted a cask for her, but need someone to take it to her, since the preparations for our departure keep me very busy. Would you take the cask to her? You will find her to the north and west at Lemail's vineyard. So deliver the wine cask to Brethelwyn outside Lemail's vineyard. All right, so that's 2 quests we have now heading up to Lemail's vineyard, so we'll take a look at those. And you are doing a good job with the stays and the bands there, my friend. Very good. Okay. Why don't we, let's see, all this, I don't see any other quests except for this one right here at the beginning. So let us go over here. We will talk to Gwaloth and see what she has to say. As far as the various quests here go, I imagine it's going to be something along the lines of getting a profession.
Sweet-eyed Melon.
Let's see. Crafting a terrace in Celondim. Mibrethel sent you to me. You must be interested in learning a crafting trade then. Wonderful! Arid Luween will be better for your efforts, my friend. Speak with the Master of Apprentices on this terrace, for he can help you choose a vocation in which to specialize. A vocation is a bundle of 3 crafting professions with overlapping skills. Choose your vocation with care, because you will expend a great deal of time and energy improving your skill with the professions under its purview. Once the Master of Apprentices has welcomed you to your chosen profession, be sure to speak with a supplier. She can sell you the tools of your trade. Every profession has its own tools, so be not over shy with your coin purse. The novices will be happy to sell you any recipes you might wish to have, though I can tell you now that you will already know how to make a thing or two. Equip the crafting tools you plan on using, and find an appropriate facility. Celondim has a forge, workbench, and oven available for your use, and begin practicing your skills. You will advance in your chosen professions as you practice and seek out the teachings of others in the field. I hope that you will become a skilled craftsman, Gnarlo, and that it will bring joy to you and profit to Arid Luween. Well, I hope so too. I hope so too. So we need to find this Master of Apprentices now. I imagine that they will probably be here in this crafting area, and we need to find them. We need to think about what we're needing to find. Let's see, provisioners. We've got a forge over here. Up that way is the scholar area. I'm sure they've got to be right in this area somewhere. Don't think they go any further up that way toward the vault. So we will see there. And wait, there he is, Master of Apprentices. All right, so there he is. Now we are going to take a moment here. I am going to take a look at the various professions there are, see which one would be appropriate for me, which one I want, and we'll be back in just a moment. We are back. We have spent some time doing research. As you see here, the sun is rising. The birds are chirping. We have decided to become a yeoman. We are going to go with the cook, with the tailor, and with the farmer here. The cook for our pet food, the tailor, of course, because we wear the light armor, and the farmer because the farmer will allow us to give the materials for the food there, for the cook. And I've been told that farmer is a good way to make money as well, that you can sell in a bunch of his stuff. Goffedinir. Yeomen are the salt of the earth, tilling soil and preparing food with natural skill. They are also able to create clothes and leather armors, though they need to trade their produce for the hides required. Do you wish to learn this trade? Cook, farmer, tailor. Yes, we do. Okay, we got craft vocations here. You have trained a craft vocation, which will allow you to... What? Something popping up on me here, and people cheering me. Hang on a second. Let's see what this says. Alright, that's just some quests require you to perform an emote to continue. Had the NPC. Okay, craft vocations again. Alright, let's read this about the craft vocations again. Alright, I don't see the people standing around who were cheering. You have trained a craft vocation, which will allow you to perform 3 different craft professions. The trainer has given you some starter tools and a handy guide to explain more about how to advance your career as a crafter. Note that the starter tools are poor quality. You will want to upgrade them when you can. Indeed you will. Alright, he's got another quest apparently. Let's see what that is. Okay, those are just the quests, the cooking quest, the farming quest, all that. We'll get around to those, but right now we're going to work on these over here, the primary quest lines, and we'll come back and we'll do these quests and get our thing. Let's see, they did give us the inferior tools. We've got cooking, farming, and tailoring tools, all of inferior quality. We would definitely want to be spending some silver on them and work our way up. Let's see, let's move this up here. We've got the track crop skill. We'll turn it on so we can keep an eye out. Check on the map up here for the various stuff like, you know, like we see the taters or the drops of clover honey or the bunch of raspberries. Okay. Now, let's look around this area here, see if there's any more quests in the area. I don't believe there are, so we will head on up the hill. We have got a couple of spots we need to find now. But first, we're going to head back to Ninhiliath and talk to Orvar there about this collar we found. We knew we'd be sent back there, so let's get on up there and see what he has to say about it. We are arriving back in the Valley of Ninhiliath here at the Elven camp. Let's come right on over here. We will always recall your efforts. Yes, I know you will, because I have them on tape.
How can I be of service?
Collard. I know this handiwork. It is the handiwork of goblins. We must inform the others in Celondim. If the goblins have grown this aggressive, then we must do what we can to drive them back from our homes. And let's see, we're going to get the healing potions. Not that I think we'll be using them, but we'll still grab those instead of the power. Now, we do not have our stone on. The quest here, as you can see, I think I've been looking. These quests have been given about 150, and we've got, what, 206 down here? So I think we can answer one more quest. Okay, it doesn't say here the experience. I think we can answer this one more before we go over.
Will you lend
Yes,
me your ear?
yes. Okay, there you go. See, we've got the little gap there, so that's about where we want to be. So when we need to go up, we'll be there. So let's go ahead and equip the stone. That should be equipped now. Yes, it is. So let's go ahead and now let's do this. You see it's turned gray. Let's do this quest so we do not go up. A word of warning. We cannot let another moment pass without informing others of the arrival of the goblins. Perhaps Lord Dorringur's protection is weakening as we make our way to the shores to depart, or perhaps the enemy grows stronger faster than we expected. Regardless, Gnarlo, we must send word back to Celondim and my superior there. Quickly return to Lanin the Glade Watcher at Celondim and tell him of what you have found. You will find Lanin at the docks in Celondim, northeast of this vale. So, we got to go talk to Lanin the Glade Watcher and allow him to know that the goblins and wolves have come into the valley of the Ninhiliath here. Give him warning and let him know what this encampment has found. So we are back down the hill to Celondim to reach the docks and see who this Lord Dorringur is. I wonder if it's the same one that we met back in Italian 602 years ago. We'll see you when we get there. We're back down to the docks, and here is Lanin of the Glade Watcher ahead of us. Let us make sure we've got the right thing set up. Make sure we've got the stone set up here. We don't want to level up. It's turned gray. So let's talk to Lanin now and let him know what's going on with the goblins in the Ninhiliath. A word of warning.
Swilad Melon.
A word of warning. This discovery is worrisome. I will see that this information is passed along to Dorringur at Dueland. We never would have learned of this if not for you, Gnarlo. We are in your debt. Yeah, but 42 copper pieces. Apparently you don't feel I'm in that much in your debt. Okay, I don't even think I can mail a letter for that. It looks like that he does not have anything else to go along. No quest chain here. We are going to see now. We've still got the guy over there we need to... Yeah, okay. We've still got the guy up there that we need to talk about the various quests and all. But I don't think I see anything else down here at the dock. So let us start running, I believe. We have got to go to the vineyards. I think that will be the next part on our list. So we are going to travel on out of Celondim here, looking at the map and both sides as we go to make sure we don't miss any rings along the way. But we're going to travel up the hill out of Celondim and go to the vineyards there. It feels strange having to run like this after having gotten so used to having horses on all my characters. So why don't we make sure we have the novice mark. That's only a 5% run speed, but that's still 5% faster than we were going a second ago, isn't it? All right, now entering into Falathlorn proper as we leave the city of Celondim behind. Let's take a look where we're going. We've got that straight to the west of us. I think that is that other ruin that we're going to have to take a look at. It's not the vineyards. I think we go off to the left of that hill there. And I I'm pretty sure that what the vineyards are off beyond this bridge and the stream. I think they're on the other side. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you go up the left side of that hill. There's ruins at the top. That's the one where we have to go in with that stone and chase the creatures of darkness out. So I believe, if I am correct, it's a long time ago. We're talking about memories of about 8 years ago. But if I'm correct, I believe that the vineyards are just past this bridge over on this side of the river here. So we shall see. A lovely little stream it is. And we're going to be approaching Dualand up this way as well. I assume that will be our next quest hub as we continue on along. I'm trying to decide if I want to go and do the elf part as well. Yep, there's the road leading off to the left. Not the elf part, the dwarf part. I'm trying to decide if I want to go off and do the dwarf part and see whether or not... Whoa, okay. So these flies do aggro on you. It's just the ones right there in the beginning room. I thought the flies went aggro. I really did. I knew there were some, so it was just... I was right. It's just the ones right there. Let's get our bear up. It's just the ones right there at the introductory entrance. And I know that yellow wolf will aggro on us, so let's see how tough he's going to be. Now, shall we set our attack? And then we'll hit him with our fireball. And are you going to run over here so I can hit you with the stick? Nope, you're not going to do that. All right. Well, let's go on up. Once again, we're going to not really try to avoid the wolves that much. We're not going to go out of our way because we still have a lot of wolves to kill. But, okay, where are we at? Yeah, it's up into this valley. I still believe this is the valley that we need to go to. And now we're getting our first taste of the boars as well. It's not just Breland that has boars, as you see with the Tuskers here. We're getting our first taste of them, and first taste of the creatures that aggro on you if you stay up too close to them. Okay, so where are we gonna go? Waiting to see if this is correct. Yes. All right, see right over there, that's that ruin, the one there that we need to go into and fight all the goblins and put that stone down, as you see right here. I think that's the one that we've got to go in and do that task for that person that has set himself to the task. This side should be the vineyard. Yep, it should be there we go, Lemuel's Vineyard, which seems to be overrun with some yellow goblins, does it not? We will have to see how this goes. Let's see how we can handle a yellow goblin here. Let's cast our flaming embers, our fireball at them. Let's stick our stacks on them. I said let's stick our stacks. There we go. And, oh crap, I forgot to turn off leveling, didn't I? Damn it. Let's set the leveling back on. There we go. It's gray again. Well, I don't think it's going to bother us too much. What do we got here? All right, we've got to notice we got collections now. Shift C will pull up our pets, our stable masters, our emotes, all of that. We've got notification we can do a hobby. Traits, we've earned our first trait point. All right, we can ride horses now. So that is a possibility. And then just a reminder for us to use maps. All right, not bad. Let's make sure, yeah, you see, I mean, we might as well continue leveling on up here. I mean, we're not going to go over the thing. There's, filling up the bar is not going to put us out of level 8, so we might as well continue getting experience while we're killing these goblins and all. And turning in any quest. All right, Blue Crag Sentinel, 1 of 4. So this is where the Sentinels are. And I think this must be where that Poshpaul guy is, too. The leader of this particular band. Let's take them on. Taking a little damage there. We're going to have to remember that might want to wait a second and let our hit points heal back up. We need to remember that these are yellow and that white one there. They can put a little bit of damage to us. There we go. Let's take on the white level, the even level one. And see what the Defiler here has for us. Hey, 2 Defilers down, 2 Sentinels down. Let's see if this will slow him down. I think that actually slows him. Yeah, you see him running slower as he goes along. Let's hit him with our staff. And too late for the lightning strike. They're just falling down too far. We still haven't seen what that lightning strike does, but because we keep killing them too fast. Our bear is a little bit efficient. I see grapevines. This is definitely the vineyards. Let's come on in here. We're going to have to clear our way a little further, or can we sneak off to the left? I think we can get around to the left. And let's see. Yeah, this place. Yep, we didn't get far enough away from that one. Let's take him on. It's nice to have our bear tanking for us. 4 defilers down now. Another lovely pawn there. Let's look around. Yeah, looking off to the left and back yonder and over on the side. Yeah, this place is just absolutely... Yeah, defilers, they got a campsite. This place is absolutely crawling with goblins here. You can see them back on those steps way off there on the path. So yeah, we need to... I got a feeling that the person we're hunting for to turn in this quest is not down in here. Let's see if she's back. The quest does say that she's just outside the vineyard, so let's head back up this way and see whether that's where she might be. Maybe she's going to be up here around this tower. Maybe she's up on top of the tower looking down into the vineyards. Got a good, yep, there's a ring. Gonna say, got a good vantage point up here. There's the ring. We will turn in this quest to her about the cask and see what it is she has to say. The vineyard is in a sheltered valley to the northwest. Indeed it is. I've already discovered that. We've been down there already and played around in it. We have a cask for you. Would you like to take it from us?
Greetings to
And
you.
I've got to say, I do so like your gray hair. Need of a cask. I only wish that this thoughtful gift from Brigadour did not arrive during such dire times. With the situation at the vineyard, I fear that the cask may go empty for our journey. You look a lot like Dodger, actually.
You may be of service to me.
We've got another quest, Gleaning the Field. By this time of the year, most of the grapes have been picked and the wine already bottled. This was a very generous season, however, and many of the vines are still laden with grapes. I would welcome your assistance. Winemaking is not easy work, but performing this task will certainly add to your appreciation of the wine you drink. Harder still when nasty goblins find their way into the fields and drive you off. I think, though, you might be sturdy enough to aid me. If you would, gather the grapes from the vines still hale and hearty enough, and I will see that this cask is filled with the finest this vale has to offer. The vineyard is below us and further to the west along the stone path. Be careful of the goblins. They are particularly nasty. Indeed they are. We have already discovered that, my lady. As you see, we need to pick the grape clusters from 6 of the vines. And it looks like she has another quest here as well. Let's see what this one is.
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your
Figure
ear?
we might as well grab them all while we're headed down that way. A rare vintage. My friend, I wonder if I can ask you to undertake a task for me. It is bad enough that the goblins despoil Limael's vineyard, but recently a party of the wretched creatures broke into an old wine cellar and stole a number of flasks of a rare and ancient vintage. No doubt the evil creatures have already drunk or destroyed most of the wine, but if you can recover any of the bottles from the goblins in this area, I would be deeply in your debt. You can find the goblins throughout Limael's vineyard. I would not venture beyond into the Rath Tereg, however, as the goblins there are rather more dangerous. So we need to collect 6 wine flasks. All right, we have that as well. Does not look like she's got any other
Hail,
quests.
friend, and well met.
As you see, though, she is also a merchant, and this is a remnant of the old days, back whenever you had to actually, before you had this loot bag down here, and whenever you had to loot the bodies of the things that you killed, and it would fill up your inventory slots. You know, all that stuff would be scattered through your inventory here. So being your inventory was always filling up, and all the crafting stuff was always filling up, you had to go, they had a good deal more of these particular vendors about so that you could come in and sell stuff, and you had to go back to them quite often. We'll go ahead and get everything out of our bag, sell back the filth and things like that. Save the any hides and all for future use. Okay, we've got our first scroll that we found. It's not one that we're going to use, but I'm sure we have someone that in one of our alts that'll be able to put it to use. So we will take a look. Let's go ahead and click on it here. Yep, that is definitely something that I'm pretty sure I've already got on all my alts. I've got a couple of them that make these items. I'm pretty sure I've already got them, but we will hang on to it. Maybe we'll sell it back to a vendor. Maybe we'll sell it at the auction house for a few coppers. So there you go. I think that is going to be it as far as our adventure today. So we are going to call that an episode. As you see, this is why I'm doing this SLO-TRO. You know, if we were just doing the epic line, we would have just bopped on right along on the prologue. We would never have gone up there to the valley and seen the problem with the flies and the wolves. We wouldn't be over here in this vineyard. We'd never know this place existed. And the fact that they're having the trouble with all the goblins over here breaking into their vintage. So this is why I'm doing it. I love all the little backstory stuff that goes along. So there you go. So while we sit here and we are going to think about what we are going to do next time, I thank y'all for coming along with me and appreciate you coming. Bye-bye.